Hey there, welcome back. We are about to do another Fun in the Sun read. So if the last one doesn't resonate, maybe this one will for you. Again, my name is Sarah. Thank you for checking out my channel here, Reflexive Moon Tarot. So we're doing Fun in the Sun segment, and keeping in mind the sun lights up the moon. So it's all the same source of light. Let's get into another general reading for you all. Alright, so we have the Queen of Cups reversed. Emotionally speaking, you are not doing the work that you need to do to, I guess, keep yourself in a state of balance, in a state of happiness. This could be a person that you're dealing with that you are concerned about as well. So if you're in a partnership, or if you have a close friend or family member that you feel is really kind of down and out, dealing with depression, unable to do that, or just like to engage in self-care easily because perhaps they're so overwhelmed or numbed out that, and this could be you as well, overwhelmed or numbed out to a point where executive functioning might be a challenge for you. You know, it's a really tough spot to be emotionally in a bad place, or depressed, or completely cut off. So let's see what we can do to remedy, or to at least show up and support this person that we are concerned about. And if it's you, I officially am concerned. So let's see what kind of love we can connect with. So I would say, and I'm not really this is not really like, I'm not a fan of this card coming through, even though it's reversed. So I guess my takeaway from this would be to tell you to count your blessings. Count your blessings and try to do it often, and try to be just fake gratitude if you can, until it feels real for you. It appears that nobody, like if you're really caught up in any type of paranoia, or feeling like there's some type of conspiracy against you, or that people are stealing from you, that is not the case. There's so much out there. There's so much similarities. There are so many situations or ways that we can just like misinterpret our situation, people within our circle, people who we feel offended by, or who we struggle to accept, and that could even be ourselves as well. So acceptance that that you're okay in a lot of ways, that nobody is out to get you, that nobody is using your good name against you. This is me just validating whatever kind of paranoid feelings that you might be having are most likely just that. And it is in your best interest to try to steer away from thinking about it too much. Really, truly. Try to steer away from thinking about it too much. If you can occupy your mind with something else, please do so. And if it's a struggle for you, then please try to figure out a way to do that. It's in your best interest. Again, there is nothing, the universe is not handing you down anything that is going to keep you in a state of bondage. There's nothing holding you back. There's nothing tying you down. So whatever mentality you have that is potentially even like dramatic, like if you're having issues, I would say that you are just subjecting yourself to your own drama. It could also be the drama of this. You could be really caught up in the drama of a person that's a water sign. And I think it's really important to stay detached as best as you possibly can, because you're just gonna end up hurting your own heart by subjecting yourself to the issues of others without having proper boundaries. So staying grounded in who you are, like, do some research on residual trauma. Do some research on residual trauma. You can pick up people's junk just by being around them too much. And if you're in a position where that is your job, like for example, you're a social services worker, or you are a frontline worker in some type of way, like in a hospital, or doing crisis intervention, first response, anything like that, that's going to be something that you have to deal with as part of your self-care routine, 100%, or you will suffer tremendously. So making sure that you're doing the work, and more importantly, doing the maintenance work. It's all about maintenance. It's not just a one-time shot. I went to therapy and I'm healed. Like, it doesn't work that way. If you're repeatedly dealing with people, or repeatedly surrounded by people that are in a state of trauma or crisis, it's going to impact you no matter what. So you have to be taking care of yourself. And you also, more importantly, have to know where their stuff ends and yours begins. And it's really tricky. It overlapped quite a bit. So that's the work right there in a nutshell. Countertransference and residual trauma. Look those up. So you do have, like, you come from a place where philanthropy, where giving back to community, where assisting those in need is the name of your game. It's what you pride yourself in. It's how you participate in, it's how you see justice. Making up for maybe the privileges that you experience, or that you've been gifted with in this life. You really see a need to give back and to balance out the scales in that way. And that's amazing. You have to be careful though. You can't let it eat you up. Boundaries are so important, because you can't, like, how can you be available to other people if you give all of yourself away? You'll have nothing left. So just be mindful of that. I'm just trying to be smart for time here. Page of Cups reversed. So there is a person, a young person, perhaps a youth in your life that you are very concerned about. It's going to be, you're going to be facing this situation. You might be in the middle of it, or you're about to experience some type of encounter with this individual. If this is a person in your life that you're romantically involved with, perhaps you've had some, I'm getting like some time away from them. You've taken a break or something, or you haven't spoken with them in a while, and you're gonna deal with them. Could be like soon. So just be prepared that, you know, this person is still in a reversed position. So you might find them unable to communicate with you effectively, whether that's their intention or not, to be malicious and manipulate you on an emotional level. I feel like it will be easy to spot on account of them being immature, but just try not to, you might be at a loss on some level, no matter what. Just try to remember to choose you always in the end. And this is being your own best friend, having a good attitude, and following whatever directions you've received from mentors, knowing that you have the ability to use most of your situations or experience in life to help transform you and stay growing and moving towards your goals. Always trying to have energy and focus. Difficult to have it at the same time, but always trying to stay focused or keep your energy in the right direction, and also taking the right direction from your mentors it's a really great attitude to have, so hats off to you. But confidence is also key. Knowing and standing your ground, and knowing that you are on the right team as well. Team you, or team whoever you work for, whatever your organization is. Others see you in a spot where you are experiencing a certain like a certain period of discomfort where you are kind of hanging there. Basically, it's not a comfortable situation to be in, but it's really important and critical to your emotional growth. It's kind of like a sacrifice. You're like sacrificing yourself to learn how to emotionally prepare yourself for what comes next. And there is a group of individuals perhaps that you feel uncertain about. You may be afraid of congregating with a certain group of people. This could be friends. You may also feel like you're just not ready to be around people at this time. Like you're just too. You either feel like you're going to bring in an energy that is not conducive to the normal tone or to the normal scene, or that the scene is going to mess with your energy, which is probably why you're in this state of isolation. Healing your wounds, going against your own grain, knowing that it's going to foster some more growth. It's like learning how to be a grown-up kind of thing as well. And we have the world. So again, trauma comes to mind. When you think about like the spatial and timelines that you put on trauma, think about the past season, the past like 6 months, the past 18 months, the past year. Where are you at? And what did you experience based on those timelines? How did things look? If you can map that out on a calendar level, you can track when you're going to be dealing with these emotions again in the future. And that is a huge part of trauma-informed care, 100%. This is also an indication that you are in the right place at the right time. If you think that you need to move or that you need to sort of run away, I would say that this card is basically